Welcome. My name is Alex Mondosian. I have no idea if we've ever met, but I do have a proven process. That's a step-by-step process. Proven, time proven, to get pre-qualified clients, and all it takes is 15 minutes a day. You don't have to believe a word we say. You don't have to even believe that that's possible. You can be skeptical, but what's the social media platform that makes it possible? It's going to surprise you. It's not Facebook, because that's where it's a party. It's not Twitter. That's like the ADHD social media platform. It's all about LinkedIn, because that's where business owners and business networks hang out. Now, there are 3 C's to prospecting. One is being clear, clarity. Like, what kind of prospect do you want? What's your avatar? Next is commitment, being committed to do prospecting. Many times you're very content centered, but you're not committed to prospecting, which is what you need to do, especially if you're an author. And then consistently, I believe, doing it 6 days a week. 1 day of Sabbath, Saturday or Sunday. I care not which day it is, but 6 days a week, 15 minutes a day. What is the social media platform that we use? For today, it's all about LinkedIn. They are not in trouble by Congress, by the U.S. government. They're not being attacked by President Donald Trump. They are not in the news, unlike Facebook and Twitter and other social media platforms. LinkedIn is different. And the question is, like, why LinkedIn? Well, here's my answer. 3 parts. Number 1, it's business relevant. Facebook is a party. Twitter is just 140 characters. It's not business. Also, it's business networking. People are looking for new people to hire, new people to interact with. And there's a business database on how big the business is, where they're located. I mean, it has a massive database that people just don't appreciate. So I think their time has come. This is the time, especially right now. And the gentleman I have is a good friend of mine. I meet him on Sundays at Starbucks in Corte Madera, California. Ted Prodromou, that's the way his name is spelled. And he's a loyal friend. And what is a loyal friend? A loyal friend is someone I call a friend as long as I will be breathing. So, Ted, you're here. What gives you the right to talk about LinkedIn other than writing a book called The Ultimate Guide to LinkedIn for Business? What gives you the right, to be here?
Well, I've been doing online marketing for 15 years, so I know all the fundamentals. I know all the platforms. But LinkedIn, 7 years ago, when I started writing that first book of LinkedIn, I just immersed myself in it. And it's been evolving over time. But remember the old days, we had a big Rolodex of all of our business contacts.
Well, time out. Rolodex. The millennials don't even know what the hell that is. So what's a Rolodex?
We had our stack of business cards basically in it. It was on a rolling device.
Yeah. Physical.
That was our business network.
Right.
And we'd go to Chamber of Commerce, we would go to BNI, and we'd meet 20 or 30 other people. And that was all we could work with. That's all we did.
And then now what's the deal with LinkedIn? How come LinkedIn's different than the other social media platforms?
So now there's over 500 million people on LinkedIn. So we can search for those people anywhere in the world. I have clients all over the world. You have clients all over the world. I used to have clients just in San Rafael, California. Mm-hmm. That was it.
And so they're expecting a business outreach. They're not expecting a party or a tweet or some kind of non-business outreach. They're expecting interaction regarding business, and that's what LinkedIn has, because the people who are on LinkedIn have a disposable income that's much higher than all the other social media platforms combined. Is that true?
Oh, yes. Most LinkedIn members make 6 figures or more. Most are
US.
At least a college graduate.
So US 6 figures, not Brazil 6 figures, not Indonesia 6 figures, not South Africa 6 figures, but US. So let's dive right into content. 3 tactics to maximize exposure to get access to premium clients. You have created an amazing process, which we're going to give for free to everyone by the end of this masterclass, on a step-by-step process, which is an infographic plus a we'll call it a special report on what to do. And it requires 15 minutes a day. You can outsource it to someone else, but I recommend that everyone does it, for themselves initially. So what would you say are the 3 tactics? Tactics are, practical. They are experiential, and they get results to get exposure to premium clients, high-end clients. What are 3 of them? Go for it.
So you said it earlier in our pre-talk, the avatar. You have to know who you're looking for. And LinkedIn is just like Google. People go there and search for different job titles or different skills. So you can optimize your LinkedIn profile just like you optimize your website to get found in those searches.
How do you do that?
So you put your little keywords or skills in different places throughout, and that's in the guide that they're going to download. So like your professional headline, your job title, and then your summary, just different places throughout the profile are keyword hotspots.
So that's number 1. So the profile is really important. What's another one?
So every day you should add a few people to your network.
How do you do that?
So you can do it by searching for them, because you're looking for certain kind of people. If you work with coaches that are business coach, say, search for business coaches, review their profiles, and then reach out to them and give them a message saying, I'd like to connect with you, and give them a reason why you want to connect.
Is there a way to do that? Like you have templates to reach out to them?
Yeah. And the Robert Cialdini's, his influence book, I added something. I said, I saw your profile on LinkedIn. I want to connect with you because, and if you use the word because, people accept it, no matter what you say after because. So I said, because I think you're a good fit. And 90% of people accept my invitations.
And you do this every day. It takes about 15 minutes, right?
Yeah, I have cut and paste messages, basically. I use Text Expander on my Mac. I just, a couple of keystrokes, it pastes the message in, send them an invitation.
And then there's some tools that we're going to be recommending, but you do this day after day after day, and you attract high-end clients, not $100 clients, but $3,000 clients, $5,000 clients, $10,000 clients, that sort of thing, correct?
Exactly.
All right, what's the next tactic, 3rd tactic?
So when you have to post content on LinkedIn, I have lots of content I post. I write a lot of stuff. Obviously, I'm an author.
When you say content, you have written, and then you have video too, right? Underneath.
Video is hot on LinkedIn right now. They just released it. So you can put videos right on your timeline up to 10 minutes long, direct uploads.
Okay, and so when you're putting up content, here's the big misconception is people think that LinkedIn business owners and entrepreneurs are going to connect on LinkedIn, but what they end up doing is connecting on Facebook, because that's where the party is. That's where the engagement is. So LinkedIn is not the engagement place, correct?
You get some likes and comments and shares, but yeah, I try to drive people to my website, actually.
And what happens on your website? Like what's step 1? So you have a LinkedIn post and LinkedIn content. What's the next step?
As soon as I connect with you, I have a little welcome message that say, welcome to my network. If there's anybody you want to meet, I'll introduce you. And then my assistant actually came up with it. She said, tell me something interesting about you that I wouldn't know from your LinkedIn profile. Like 10 to 15% of the people will reply and tell me something totally off the wall about their life. That's what starts a conversation.
But then don't they like to engage on Facebook and not on LinkedIn, right?
Well, you can get short messages back and forth. They will engage.
Are they going to email you back in through the LinkedIn email process?
LinkedIn messaging. They'll have a conversation right back at you.
Okay, so that's the key. It's like, don't expect them to email you after an opt-in. Expect to first get an email via the LinkedIn email server, right? Yeah. And then from there, you can get more intimate and have them go to your website. Is that the process?
So imagine we just meet in person, we exchange business cards. That's when we connect on LinkedIn. And then the conversation that follows is those little messages back and forth on LinkedIn. And then eventually it leads to a sales call if they're
All right.
interested.
So, okay, on the level, because I have very skeptical people, especially people in Australia, which a lot of people are watching right now, which is Saturday morning early, like 5 a.m. In the exchange with LinkedIn, how long does it take to get them out of the LinkedIn inbox to the squeeze page and building your email list that you control?
I add that right in my welcome message after we connect. So after I ask them, if something interesting about them, I say, you want to learn something interesting about me, visit my LinkedIn friends page. And I have a special page on my website that tells my story. They can learn about me.
Where's that? Like, what would you do to get them to go there?
So I just put a link in there, tedprodromou.com/LinkedIn friends. And they go to it.
tedprodromou.com/LinkedIn friends.
LinkedIn-friends.
LinkedIn-friends. All right. And then I want Leo Fernandez to write that so people can see what that looks like. And then when they send you a message, what's the next step?
So I have a little welcome video on there, and I can introduce myself. And then I have a little pop-up that says, if you want to join other people on get the LinkedIn updates. So I get about 100 people a week that actually fill out that form.
100 people a week. And are they pre-qualified or are they almost qualified?
Well, I only search for people I want to do business with. So I'm really only connecting with people that I really want to work with. So.
And you're going to tell us the tools that you use, right?
Yeah.
All right. So here is where I'm going to be selling. I'm seeding right now because seeding is the new selling. What I want to do is I want to do a master class that's 3 hours that costs $100 US, and you don't have to pay for it until after you experience it. And I'm putting Ted on the spot because he's a nice guy. He's Greek, I mean, the Greeks are nice people, right? We're like brothers from another mother. And so imagine you have 48 hours to decide whether you want to pay for it. Now, I don't have that web page set up yet, but if you want to learn the details of how this works after the gift that you get today, which gives you the process, the 6 steps, and then the infographic, of what you need to do, it's invaluable no matter what, country or nation you're in. So that's the direction I want to go. I want to see if you would be interested and committed to doing a master class where you experience it and then you have 24 hours to pay by credit card. You authorize a credit card when you sign up for it. And then if you don't want to pay, you say, I don't want to pay, or you don't say anything. And then Ted takes the money and he'll take 100% of it. I don't do favors. I accumulate debts. So Ted knows that. It's kind of like a Armenian mafia thing, so, we'll go from there. But that's what I'm seeding because I want to learn it. And I know that my team can learn this as well. So the 3 tactics is number 1, number 2, number 3. Give me a quick review. Go.
So LinkedIn's a search engine like Google. Optimize your profile. Add a few people to your network every day and share content. And you can share other people's content. 80% of your content you share should be other people's content.
And you teach what to put on the profile.
Who you're looking for and how you help them, basically.
And then the banner.
And then the banner.
Okay, cool. All right. How about mistakes? Let's talk about what to move away from. Mistakes that people make on LinkedIn that prevents the conversion of, high-end clients. Now, before we go there, I want you to know that in the conversion process, conversion means closing a client or customer or patient or, whatever you call them, student. First, you have ice. It's a block of ice. It's not cold water. It's a block of ice. Many people say it's cold, warm, hot. I disagree. And I've taught a lot of those people. So I'm going to go, they're more successful than I am, but I'm going to go and over them and say that that's not true. We start with a block of ice. Okay. This is someone who's seeking information, doesn't know you, like you, or trust you. Someone who's cold is someone who gets to know you. They haven't opted in, but they just kind of know you. Someone who is warm is someone who gets to like you. Okay. They've sought you, they've known you, they like you. And then when they trust you, that's a hot prospect. Now, when you get to steam, now realize you go from a block of ice to steam. That's water, but it's a different, disposition of what water is. Ice, which is a block, and then steam, which can propel a steamship or a locomotive. With steam, that's an ongoing, long-term, lifetime value client, right? It's not just hot, that it's ongoing. So let's talk about that. Like, what are the mistakes that people make that prevent the pre-qualified clients on LinkedIn to come on board?
LinkedIn actually announced this statistic last year. 23% of LinkedIn members only log in once a month or less.
What is that about? I mean, honestly, like once a month?
Yeah, or less.
Well, how can you make money logging in once a month? I mean, why not once a day for 15 minutes a day?
Well, to be fair, most people on LinkedIn are fully employed. They're not looking for a job. They're not independent consultants. So they don't need to log in all the time.
Yeah, but anyone here can make a difference.
Right. So LinkedIn is trying to get more news into the news feed and become your place to check out your Wall Street Journal articles or Forbes articles, things like that.
So they're not a Facebook or a Twitter. So it's to anyone's advantage right now watching to interact with LinkedIn because it's business related. And that's a big mistake people make. They don't log in enough. If you okay, first of all, I am guilty of this. Okay. As you know, right? Okay, I'm guilty. So yep. You think I'm doing this for you? If you're watching, you think I'm doing it for you? Well, kind of, but I'm doing it for me because I feel guilty. I feel ashamed because I'm not getting the most out of LinkedIn where all the nectar is. Forget the juice. Forget orange juice. Nectar. It's like that's where all the money is. So first mistake is not logging in enough. Second mistake, go for it.
So I just on that note, when I logged in as you for this conference, I reconnected with people you hadn't talked to in years. And like, hey, Alex, let's have a call. Let's get together.
Thank you. Okay, good. And what happened? You actually got people in, right?
Right. And you have a whole list of people you could reconnect with and do some business with that you did business with 10 years ago.
It's the forehead, okay? Why am I not, logging into LinkedIn? Because I haven't put a priority on that. 15 minutes a day, really? I'd go 30. What's the third mistake?
Okay, don't complete your profile. It's half filled out, and it's not clear to who you're looking for. If you got to really tailor it to the avatar, so when they see it over in the LinkedIn sidebar, it's going to say, "Oh, I need to connect with this guy because he can help me." So you use a problem-oriented.
So you don't finish the profile.
A lot of people don't.
Right.
It's half complete.
And finishing profile is pretty simple, and you don't charge a lot for that, and you can have people do that for you. But that's the key to kind of finalizing massive reach, because if the profile isn't finished, and you can change a profile from time to time, correct?
Yeah. So imagine your website was only half built and people potential customers come and see a half finished website. Same with your LinkedIn profile. They're looking at your LinkedIn profile 82% of the time before they'll do a call with you.
What about mistake number 3?
So the unprofessional photo, or see, I dressed up for my LinkedIn outfit for you today instead of my t-shirt. On Facebook, I have my t-shirt.
Right.
Today I dressed up. It's who you're trying to attract.
And you're attracting business people.
Right.
Right.
High-end business people.
And you're an empty nester. Your kids are away. I know that you've wept about that. Your kids are out of the house, but hey, you can make more money now, right?
Exactly.
All right. What's number 4?
It's all going to us now, not to them.
Exactly. Mistake number 4.
So I make excessive self-promotion. Do you make your profile all about you and you send messages that are just selling instead of focusing on helping other people?
So the way I translate that is pimping, putting your pimp hat on, which is the oldest promotional business in the world, and you know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry if it's offensive, but it's true. There's pimping and there's pampering. When you pamper on LinkedIn, it's more likely that you're going to build relationship capital, and that's where all the money comes in through delayed gratification. What's mistake number 5?
So that is, if you focus on sharing other people's content, they'll share yours back.
Why? Why?
It's the reciprocity. I do something nice for you, you do something nice for me in return.
Okay, so Doreen, who's watching right now, if you're reading this or if you're listening on audio, you're in the members area, Doreen says, Ted is so authentic. Okay, that's super annoying because it's true. So he is so authentic.
And Doreen taught me how to be authentic, to be honest.
And we have Addy, watching right now, and I know he knows how to research and generate avatars, which he did for me, and I paid him to do that. But people overlook LinkedIn, and it's probably one of the most powerful and insightful databases for business around. I mean, it's not the party that Facebook has. It's not the pictures that, Instagram or, the other social media sites have. It is business related. It means business, and the minimum net worth of a LinkedIn member is much higher than Facebook and all the others combined. Would you agree?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. People have posted like fun content on LinkedIn at times, and people just attack them. This is not appropriate for LinkedIn.
It doesn't work. It's business. So look, if you want to make money, go to LinkedIn. If you want to have fun, go to Facebook. If Facebook will be around. Okay, I have no idea. 4 ways to make LinkedIn your lead generation platform. Give me 4 ways that you would recommend. Go for it.
So think of it as that virtual old Rolodex that we had when we started in business years ago. So you want to focus on building relationships with those people. So you can have relationships with thousands of people. I have 17,000 people in my network now that I'm corresponding with, quite a few at all different times.
One of the ways is connecting with them through the LinkedIn email process, right?
Right. Or they find my profile because I optimize my profile, and then they reach out and connect with me.
So but they're not reaching out.
That's up to warm.
They're not reaching out to your personal email. They're reaching out to your LinkedIn email, correct?
They searched LinkedIn, they saw my profile, and then they invited me to connect.
Exactly. And you got to be on the lookout for that.
Right.
So that's one way. Number 2,
start conversations by asking questions with people.
Like what?
Are you a Jack Canfield fan? Oh yeah, I love Jack Canfield.
Are you a Mini Mondosian fan? Yeah, I love Mini Mondosian.
Exactly. Yeah.
What else? Number 3.
So 3rd is that you got to publish content at least once a week. So if it's a short video, it doesn't have to be extensive, or an article. And then other days, share other people. So the 80-20 rule. 80% of the content is other people's that you're sharing. 20% is your own content.
Really? So 1/5 is yours and 80% is other people?
People think you're an expert. If you keep sharing articles from Wall Street Journal or Forbes, they perceive you as, oh, this guy knows his stuff.
So can you teach that so that people who outsource it can do it?
Oh yeah, I've got it automated. Post stuff all day long.
I'm going to invite Davin Michaels to a webinar to see if people want to do this. They'll have to pay for it, but they'll pay for it after they decide whether it's worthwhile. And I'm putting you on the spot, but I think that's the way to do it. Don't have them prepay, have them pay afterwards, right? Because that way, they know it's worthwhile. What's number 3?
So that's 3 is publish content. And then 4 would be focus on helping others by answering their questions. So from that giving perspective again.
How do you do that?
So people, they don't do it as much in groups as they used to. They used to ask questions and you'd help them out.
Mm-hmm.
And people, just reach out to your network and ask them questions. Hey, how you doing? I haven't checked in a while. Or you see someone post something where they're having trouble. They're struggling.
Yeah, people aren't doing it. It's a more of an advantage, right?
Right.
Okay, so do you think, and don't lie. Do you think that LinkedIn has an unfair advantage versus the other social media as it relates to business on the level?
Oh, yeah, because it's that stuffy place. It's the library where people are in there being very professional and formal. So
It's based on business.
right. People
Okay.
go there in a business mindset, and 2 minutes later, they're on Facebook having fun, but they go back to LinkedIn. It's funny how you can shift so fast back and forth, because I see people, I know a lot of people on both platforms.
Yeah. They put on different hats. So here's what I believe. Success in business requires two things: the right skills and the right tools. So skills require consistency. In this case, Ted is asking for 15 minutes a day. It would be great if you do 30. Okay. I mean, come on. If you're going to get a $10,000 client, 30 minutes a day, really?
You can do 10-minute chunks of time throughout the day.
I get it, but 15 minutes a day is what you're asking for. Okay.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: without the tools, okay, it's not 15 minutes a day. It's a lot longer, right? So what are the tools necessary to use in your system? Because I'm going to give people in a moment, the infographic and the special report of the process that you've laid out. But what kind of tools do people need, and what will it cost?
So if you're serious about getting business from LinkedIn,
let's assume they're serious. Let's just assume.
You got to go with a LinkedIn Premium account or Sales Navigator from LinkedIn.
How much is that?
It's like $80 a month, I think, for Sales Navigator.
Okay, Sales Navigator. And what does that
Less
get?
than $1,000 a year.
Okay, what does that get people?
So you can do searches, ultimate searches. Without the free account, they limit you to a number of searches per month, and then they'll say you can't search anymore until next month. Okay,
so Sales Navigator or Premium, what else?
So the next thing is I use a tool called Nimble. It kind of ties in with it.
Nimble. I actually interviewed the CEO of Nimble, and he's a super smart guy. And what does that do?
Pulls your LinkedIn information, then it goes out and finds other social media, their accounts, so you can have a complete profile of these people.
Okay, and what does that cost?
That is, gosh, I think it's like less than $100 a year or something, or crazy, or maybe $150 a year. Not much.
So it's about like $10 a month.
It's crazy.
Good. Okay, what's the next tool?
So there's a lot of other tools where LinkedIn is.
The next tool that is simple.
Duck Soup is one that I use a lot.
Okay, what does Duck Soup do?
So that lets me view people's profiles, but you have to be very careful because LinkedIn is really cracking down on this these days, especially after the Facebook information.
And how do you spell Duck Soup?
DUXSOUP.
So DUXSOUP, you can see that in the chat, or
there's lots of other tools like that, but I can search for people on LinkedIn and then it'll automatically view like 100 profiles a day.
Duck Soup. Okay, cool. And then any other tools?
Those are the ones I've been using a lot. I've tried other ones, but
that's it. So less than $1,500 a year, basically, right?
Yeah.
And if you want, I'm going to give you what you need to get this going, but I've never seen a self-made success. Steve Jobs was not a self-made success. He needed Steve Wozniak. Warren Buffett was not a self-made success. He needed Benjamin Graham. Plato, the Greek philosopher, was not a self-made success. He needed Socrates, right? So there's no such thing as a self-made success. But what is possible is giving you how to do it. If you want to learn how to do this step by step for less than $1,500 US a year, and it'll cost you $100 to do it, then I am going to squeeze Ted Prodromou to make sure that he comes with world-class content so that we have a 3-hour webinar that will only cost you $100 if you decide to move forward. Now, I just made this up. I made it up while we were watching because I think we need to go deeper. Right now, there's no opt-in required. You're going to get an infographic with the steps of what Ted has talked about, plus a special report. And all you got to go to is marketingonline.com/LinkedIn. marketingonline.com/LinkedIn. Now, I am not going to spend any time and energy because I don't need $100 per person, believe me, unless you are interested. So if you feel that based on what you've seen right now, that you would be open to watching something for free, authorizing your credit card and then saying, no, don't charge me, or yes, charge me for $100 US, then write in yes in the comment section, wherever it is you're watching, and then we'll decide to do it sometime later in the future. Because I don't want to waste Ted's time. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. But I think we can go deeper. So if you want to learn more about this after you've seen what you're getting, just write in yes, and that'll give us the confidence. Now, if you don't write in yes, I don't want you to write in no, because that's not comfortable. I mean, that's like rejecting us, right? That doesn't feel good. So you don't have to write in no, but just write in yes if you want it. I'm not going to hold you to it, and you will not be responsible to pay unless you feel it is worth the amount. And you can get all your family. Brazilians, if you're watching, I know you'll have 50 people watching from one computer. I know you guys, okay? So I will leave it at that. This has been the proven process to get pre-qualified clients for 15 minutes a day from LinkedIn. It's the only social media platform that right now is not being aggressively evaluated by Congress in the United States or by our government. So I think that it's the platform that is going to be here to stay, and I hope that you embrace it. I'm doing it so that I embrace it because I have ignored it. Final word, Ted.
Well, I was thinking it's way beyond getting clients, because you can get opportunities beyond people's podcasts. You can get speaking engagements. All these other parts of your business are available. JV Crum, a friend of ours, he gets all kinds of podcast guests, and he gets invited to podcasts from LinkedIn.
It's super annoying. It's super annoying. I'm going to be on a show soon. But a lot of people are saying yes, and people are saying great graphics. So go there, pass it on. Feel free to steal from us. It's not a matter of what you protect. It's what you do to make money after people steal from you. That's the type of economy we are in. I'm Alex Mondosian on behalf of Ted Prodromou, my good friend, who's literally about 8 kilometers and 5 miles away from me right now. I wish you good sales and good profits. All good wishes.
Thanks.